going to read you something here from the Compton Encyclopedia. And give us a subtitle there, brother, and then read what's underlined in red. Go ahead and read.
The story of ancient Egypt.
Story of ancient Egypt. You know, even back when Israel was in bondage under the Egyptians, the story of ancient Egypt. Read.
They believed in a life after death. At first only for kings and nobles.
Now, this is what the Egyptians believed. They believed in life after death. At first, it was only for the kings and for the nobles. But go ahead and read.
If the body could be preserved. So they carefully embalmed the body and walled it up in a massive tomb.
So now what they would do is they would embalm the body, and then they would put it in tombs. This is what the Egyptians would do. This was their way of calling themselves preserving life. Read.
See, mummy. On the walls of the tomb, they carved pictures.
On the walls of the tombs, they would carve pictures. Read.
And inscriptions.
And inscriptions. Finish that.
Some private tombs were decorated with paintings.
Now, this is what they would do. You know, they would put the bodies in tombs. Then they would put drawings and writings on the walls of the tomb. I need you to bring me up this picture. Hello back there. There we go. Not too good of a picture. But I have a small copy over here. I know you can't see that. That's why I wanted to put it on there. That's a little bit better. But you can see them searching the tombs, and you can see the pictures on the walls in the tomb. That's what they would do. So they would put all this artwork and such on the walls of the tomb. That's what the Egyptians would do. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to show you some pictures of what was discovered in some of those tombs. I need you to bring up the another picture there. Picture number 2. That's the one I want to get to. So now I'm going to show you something here. We're going to read the inscription that is written on that picture. This is the picture here. But I know you can't see it. That's why I want to put up on the screen. Now, I want you to read the inscription that was written that they discovered in a tomb. Read.
When the tomb of Egyptian King Tutankhamen was discovered virtually intact in the 1920s.
Now, that's about 100 years ago they discovered it. But the picture had been sitting there in the tomb for over 3,000 years. It's going to tell you. Read.
It yielded a breathtaking collection of art objects from...
It yielded in the 1920s. They discovered the tomb. And it yielded a breathtaking collection of art objects. Read.
From the 14th century BC.
That was around the time that Israel was in bondage down to the Egyptians. What else did it say? Read.
Just a few years before the Exodus.
Just a few years before what Exodus? Just a few years before Israel left out of Egypt. Read it.
Above is a panel from Tutankhamun's throne.
Read.
Showing the wonderful king speaking to his adoring queen.
So now the king, this was the Pharaoh of Egypt and his queen. We're looking at black people here. That's what we're looking at, people. And it's no great secret I mean, it's obvious. You can go to a lot of museums, and if they put on some Egyptian exhibit, always going to show the Egyptians as being black. So now here the king is, and his queen, and they are black. I'll just sit this right here. And this was discovered in a tomb because, as we read, that is what the Egyptians would do. They would put the dead bodies in the tomb, and then they would put odd objects in the tomb as well. Bring up picture number 3 for me, brother. This is it right here. And it has a inscription at the bottom of this picture. Read what it says.
Brick-making captives.
Brick-making captives. Read.
Depicted on a wall painting from the tomb of Rekhmemra at Thebes, 1533 to 1450 BC.
All this was around the time that the Israelites was in bondage to the Egyptians. Go ahead and read, brother.
Bearded foreigners.
Bearded foreigners. That would be the Israelites. Read.
Under the supervision of an Egyptian.
Under the supervision of an Egyptian who was a slave master. Remember, the Israelites was in bondage under the Egyptians at this time. Read.
With stick, far right.
Read.
Gather water and work mud and straw together into molds. At top left, a worker lifts a mold from a sun-dried brick.
Go ahead and read.
At far right, a worker carries cured bricks to building site.
Well, that's what Israel was doing. They were building buildings and such down in Egypt at this time when they were in bondage unto the Egyptians. Go ahead, keep reading.
Israelite workers were making brick in Egypt.
Israelite workers were making brick then in Egypt. Read some more.
At the time this was painted.
At the time that was painted. So now, again, we finding Egyptians and Israelites during the time when Israel was in bondage under the Egyptians. Got a better picture here. Bring up picture number 4, brother. Go ahead and read. You ain't got it yet. Okay. Go ahead and read. Let me show you. This is the picture you got up there now. This too was discovered in a tomb. And what you have here is an Israelite, an Egyptian slave master beaten an Israelite slave, and everybody is black. The slave master, the Egyptian slave master, and the Israelite slave is black. This ain't some artist drew in the 16th century. No, this is something that was discovered in tombs that had been laying there for thousands of years. Read the caption. Go ahead and read.
An Egyptian slave endures a flogging in this Fresno from a tomb of the New Kingdom. The number of slaves in Egypt increased dramatically.
Go ahead.
During the New Kingdom, 1570, 1085 BC,
read.
As a result of foreign conquest, the Israelites were enslaved during this period.
You got an Israelite slave there, and you got an Egyptian slave master. Everybody's black. The Israelites look just like the real Israelites look just like the Egyptians. Those are not real Israelites that you're looking at over there in the land now. Those are not real Israelites. That's how the real Israelites look. And that's how the real Egyptians look as well, people. Because we're going to just make a point and help you to understand that the Israelites was black, and the Egyptians, they were black as well. It told you, the article we started out reading, Ham fathered the dark race of people, but not the Negroes. But he fathered the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, and a few others that it named. So now, my point is showing you who the real Israelites are. Trying to give you an identity. If you don't want to know it, that's all right. Some don't want to know. But the Lord preserved it for those that do want to know. You don't want to know nothing about your history and your heritage, that's fine. But if you want to know, we got it right here. We got all the information you will ever need. Why? Because we did the research. We felt it was important that you should know about your people, a people that the Lord chose to give his word to. Chose all of the prophets from among them, all of the apostles from among them. And as I said earlier, even God that created the world in the form of Jesus Christ. When he came in the flesh, he came as an Israelite. So if you don't want to know, that's okay. That's okay. But we got it here in case you need it.